We all should focus more on how to find a way to teach students to create the correct sensations on their own independently, instead of just copying the fact and description of the as a result of correct feeling when teachers play the piano well. So to start with the exploring an idea that we create and control music in the space between the notes, I think is absolutely essential. There is a difference between touching the key, then realizing it was not expressing at all what we wanted to say, in the sense of dynamics of phrasing, or even evenness in technique, in tone and rhythm, and feeling also frightened because, well, we don't have the control, we don't know how to fix it, and being able, before touching the key, create the correct sensations on at the fingertips and in the ligaments and tendons or muscles in the palm of our hand that control fingers touch. So in between is the space where we're able to create our sound in our mind, mentally. That definitely translates to the tip of our finger, which naturally will touch the key the way that would reflect the clear idea of the sound in our mind. In between is also a space where we control finger muscles through our inner singing, through the vocal cords, through the sensations of this gentle resistance. In vocal singing, it's called portamento, a carried glissando. When we sing actually with the gliss, instead of just the notes, we're able to actually enter through this portal that glissando creates between the notes, that magical space. And mechanically, well, physically, it translates as getting those impulses that we feel in our inner singing with resistance to the finger muscles in our palm. So before touching the next key, if we are singing it with glissando, and at that moment we are gently prepare exactly muscles that are responsible, a very small amount of muscles and tendons and ligaments that are about to touch the key, this is how we control the sound. So I think, again, that's what differs this teaching from any other teaching. And also it's a great place to start understanding that we can play with relaxed hands and yet create music and control music while playing. Otherwise, again, if we're going from the end, from describing just the effect of how we feel when we play it well, it's not gonna work. How many times we heard to relax the forearm while keep our wrist tense enough or flexible, for example, and our fingertips a little bit pinchy and clinging. This is very broad, this is very vague, this is absolutely confusing for someone who never experienced the right sensations in the first place. Not even saying that first we need to deal with the cause of the tension and anxiety that stands on the way to actually start feeling and seeing things clear, but that's already for another topic. So again, I think this question somehow corresponds to one of the previous one about creating music in the space between the notes. So internal singing is how we feel that space between the notes through our inner singing with slight resistance, and that enables us to control the space between the notes, to control, and as a result, control our finger muscles when we touch the key. So without singing, every touch is just an accident because it is not prepared touch. Your fingers simply have a little stroke, like, okay, I touch now. So it's not prepared, it's not ready, it doesn't know what it wants to say. It's not controlled in a healthy way. So inner singing is absolutely essential for technique in that way. But it's much, much more. When we able to create this sensation between the notes in our inner singing, this becomes like a channel to maintain and express so many other musical means of expression. For example, the arm weight. It's obviously a different topic for maybe another time, but I talked about this many times. Even when we are able to feel correctly that free energy in our body, and we even able to transfer it through our body to the instrument, then the next obstacle is how to sustain, how to maintain, how to continue playing with arm weight, how just to make sure that as soon as we start playing forte, it doesn't go away and the sound stop being round and we hearing a banging sound. This is only possible when we express the free energy in our body, aka arm weight, through our singing. There is a difference between singing this way, oh, and that, oh. It's much more powerful, it feels much effortless, and doesn't put any strain on your body or even vocal cords in that matter. So, of course, the benefits of arm weight everyone knows. We can play more effortless. We don't need to execute additional effort to play loudly. We can play with beautiful round sound when we engage the free energy within our entire body. If we don't have that bridge between the note, we cannot sustain, as I mentioned before. So even if you can sing that theoretically before you start playing, how do you continue playing in that zone? It's very confusing. You might not even know if you still have arm weight or not. Where with this technique, it's very clear. And again, at any time, if you're not sure, you can sing out loud and you can check if there is a difference or not. And also, of course, it's a beautiful way to express our phrasing and articulations in a very healthy, very beautiful way. Because again, if we're talking about shaping phrasing, we can understand it with our mind. That's already a great step to actually know clearly how do I shape the phrasing, which again, no one even teach very clearly. Everyone has sort of different approach and it's all very vague. It might work for one piece and then you will not be able to copy and paste the same pattern in another piece. But beside that fact, even if you know the map, or even if you see the large structure and you see the small units and you know, okay, in those units that would be the tension point over here, you cannot express that picture in your mind through your playing. You need a carrier. And intonation, that inner singing, becomes that carrier. So let's say we have this motif. And let's say we come to that ascending fourth, right? If we just sing the notes, yes, we can use a little bit of rubato, we can use a little bit of dynamics to articulate that ascending fourth, but it feels a little bit unnatural. It doesn't feel like a natural singing. Versus if you sing it with intonation and you use the arm weight to express, feels much more round, it feels much more three-dimensional and flowing, and that will be reflected in your muscles, in your sensations, in your physical sensations.